for the prices today. It's been a lot to talk about. So let's get right into it. Seems like a downtrend, and we're trying to retest the key areas right now. You can see 1.90, least 1.87 to 1.9. These are the key areas we're seeing right now.
The last couple of hours, this morning especially, but also a little bit in the Asian session. So we'll talk about that, but we'll also talk about the higher time.
Smash that like button, guys, if you haven't already. But look at this big dump when you go on a 5-minute chart, 30-minute chart. Like, even if you look at a 30-minute chart, it's these big dumps from the whales are in fact happening. And you can obviously see that a lot of these whales are uncertain where XRP goes from here.
Time frame possibilities. Because obviously if you watch my XRP videos, but also if you are analyzing XRP actively, you know the critical level. And that is this level right here, around $2. So then let's say 1.98 into 2.02. On the higher time frames, we need to reclaim that if we want to get stability, right? So if we want to break the downtrend, which we are in right now, if you look at the daily, if you look at the 12-hour, 4-hour technically also still, although the 4-hour time frame downtrend does seem to be breaking. And
I feel like that a lot of these whales are retesting key areas for XRP right now. Like, they just don't feel like it's a big thing like we saw before.
4-hour technically also still.
So yeah, it is a very worrying factor of what XRP is becoming, especially staying 1.97 could be scary. Could mean that it's going to get lower at this point, you know, and lower because nobody will want to buy it for 1.92. Doesn't that scare you a bit?
I do think that's most likely. But higher time frames, we want to break the downtrend, we want to get stability, we want to have a chance to rally again into 2.2, into 2.35, 2.4. And the only way we can do that is reclaim $2. Now, first of all, I do not think that's going to happen this weekend. Okay, I would be surprised.
We did get a small Christmas bull run rally, which is super nice. And smash that like button, guys, if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It does seem like right now XRP is in early stages of retesting the key areas. So a push higher does seem likely. But if we do not get this push higher until end of January, we could be heading downstairs. We could be heading towards a downtrend.
Never want to say it's completely impossible, but I would say it's unlikely if you look at the way that XRP has moved basically all weekends in the past couple of weeks, and also if you consider the time of the year, okay?
And also, guys, if you haven't already, I'm training on 2Bit. If you want to join me, link in the description below, because I am gonna open a long for XRP right now, and this is gonna be a long-term long. So the stop loss here is going to be a bit more crazy because I really don't like if the stop loss is like 10% and then we are basically dropping. So a 10% stop loss, which I usually don't do, to be fair. And then I'm going to be opening a 25%, up rate, which means that XRP needs to go to 1.95, which kind of makes sense here. So if we go 15% stop loss and we can open a small trade here, I think that's a pretty fair estimation when you look at it. Like, we could just do this one. That's absolutely perfect, right? We're already down 1%. But at least for the long key ranges, we could be seeing something small from XRP. If you want to get started trading, link in the description below as well.
It's just very illiquid. There's not a lot going on in the market right now.
Exactly. Nobody's buying these ETFs. Like, long term, I'm slightly bearish, but short term, I feel like we could at least get a Christmas rally, right, in the next 5 days.
Although XRP's volume is quite high, so that's then a plus in XRP's favor. Now, briefly talking about fundamentals, I try to keep you updated on fundamentals, but they don't always matter for the price.
I feel like, all the fundamentals are out the roof because we were waiting for Christmas. We were waiting for a massive XRP rally. And what we got instead is a little bull run canceled, right? Very scary.
Action and for the price direction. We've had a full week of XRP ETF inflows though, totaling, what is it, like $70–80 million this week. Not bad. Right now, cumulative, we have almost $1 billion of inflows, I think. Yeah, $950 million. So definitely not bad. But like I said, we haven't seen a major impact in the markets yet. And well, let's now get to the technical. So technically, it's looking a little bit better for XRP. That's for multiple reasons. I think Bitcoin looks a little bit better. I think Bitcoin, for the first time in the last week, actually has a chance to get some sustained or sustainable bullish momentum. Which is obviously something last week we could only dream of. We had some bullish momentum, but it was never sustained. So if you want to know more about that, check out my Bitcoin video. I mean,
So yeah, bullish momentum for XRP or towards downtrend. I think a downtrend is more likely, especially because we're getting rate cuts and they just aren't doing enough. Like, what are rate cuts really doing right now? They're not saving the market at all, and it keeps me very worried because it tells, obviously, to the whales, we need to start selling. You can even see my position since I made the video is down 5%. So I'm a bit tired and sleepy. I'd rather just close it at a loss than see what's happening. But again, I'll keep you guys up. Link in the description below to join me on 2bit. It seems pretty clear that the XRP right now, you know, has been doing different things. Like, a lot of YouTubers have been talking about XRP. Let's check Crypto Levi. So I saw this video. It's about to happen. XRP extreme coordinated dump. Like, the whales are dumping on us and the prices indicate that. If you check, we're still below $2. We were at 3.66.
Shock to any of you guys that XRP has seen an insane amount of manipulation as of recently, and so has the rest of the crypto market. Institutions have been liquidating billions upon billions of dollars of people's positions nearly every single day. And
this is the worst. Like, a lot of people have been trading wrong. They've been trading, like, you know, risky. There's no free money, guys. There's absolute risk. I personally trade on 2bit. Link in the description below if you want to join me for an XRP competition. But it's pretty clear when you see candles like this, a lot of traders get liquidated for the whales. The whales are the ones profiting off that.
now we're seeing something absolutely crazy potentially about to take place with the Supreme Court ruling against Trump's tariffs, basically saying they are illegal, which would cause the Trump administration to have to refund the billions and billions of dollars that they took in. And I do think that this is going to cause some absolutely insane manipulation once again, like we have seen on 1010 and some other massive days. And so this is precisely what I want to talk about. But there's a lot of moving parts, and I think that a lot of people are glossing over this whole tariff Supreme Court situation and how it affects the crypto market, and they're focusing a lot more on what the Trump administration is doing relating to crypto directly, even though, ironically, I think the tariff situation is going to be much more impactful, and I'll explain why in just a minute. The Trump administration has says that we are now closer than ever to pausing the landmark crypto market structure legislation.
So yeah, again, so much stuff, so much talk, but the prices are telling us a clear story. We're going down. Well, the prices should be going up. We're doing the exact opposite, right? We're going just down, down, down.
This is great. People want more clarity when it comes to cryptocurrency adoption.
I mean, yeah, but this is going to be 2026, 2027. This is going to take a long time. It's not going to be overnight.
Insane what is currently going on. Right now, there's a 72% chance the Supreme Court is going to rule against.
This is not like a percentage-wise. This is what people are betting on Polymarket, which is a gambling and a risky thing. So it's not like there's 70% of chance of it happening. It either is or isn't. The real thing here is what we're having to do is, you know, just it's like a mess right now with politics, and it's a mess with everything else. And what we're seeing right now is, you know, the market is reacting. The market is obviously reacting from 3.66 to 1.91. It's a down 50% all-time high. So maybe we could be entering a mini recession, like in terms of not like 2022, in terms of XRP really not doing what it wants to be doing, just going sideways until people lose some hope.
All my trades, and on top of that, you'll be entered into the bet. The link for my website, LeviCryptoCrusaders.com, is down below and thereafter.
So yeah, just in 3 billion worth of Ethereum on options expiry today. And this is what I'm telling you guys. A lot of these traders for XRP, you know, a lot of them got liquidated exactly 3.66. And this is where a huge whale sold 2.83 to 2.3. If you guys want to join me on 2bit, link in the description below as well. I'm currently taking some trades, but I'm waiting for the right time to do this.
So, once again, just prepare for more extreme levels of volatility. That much is pretty much certain.
I mean, for Christmas, usually this is like the worst bear market during December. Usually December was great, was all looking fine, but suddenly what? We have a big drop.
Right now, keep a very close laser eye focused on the Supreme Court ruling. Now, once again, I just want to cover the 50-week and 100-week SMA because it just looks so much like what we saw back here in 2021 and 2022, guys. I mean, right here in 2021, we broke below the 50-week SMA for XRP. XRP dipped below this, and that was the start of the bear market, okay? After we broke below, we then broke below the 100-week SMA, the orange line right here, and then we found our bottom, and then eventually we recovered and we went to the next bull run once we broke above the 50-week again, right?
So yeah, it does seem like we are going different patterns because now a lot of whales can sell as they bought at a cheaper price, 0.3 to 0.5. They can just dump it until it's back at $1.
Look at where we are today. We broke below the 50-week. We are rapidly approaching the 100-week SMA. We have all of these huge catalysts right on the back burner here. You know, we have a lot of insane institutional involvement to our detriment in some cases, and the markets are extremely fearful right now.
Xmas run up would only be liquidity run, and a lot of people been shorting XRP. I agree. I feel like they were shorting the whole market. Welcome to the stream. This is the problem we're having right now. Everyone is just shorting everything in this like type of the year. But, you know, historically, if we look at the price data, December should be the time of the year where prices went up, right? In December. So this is the most important factor. But people are, whales are selling, and the price indicates that since, what it is, since 11th November. And they will keep selling more until they sell more and more.
We're in extreme fear once again. People are very uncertain of where this is going to go.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so what's uncertain about it is, can it hold the one, as I was telling you guys, 1.91 range? This is going to be an important range. You can see some sell-offs here. You can find the low here at 1.77. Exactly the resistance level. You know, my chart is a bit weird here. But this is the chart that a lot of people are super worried. If we go below 1.77, if we can hold above this rate, 1.9, it's still going to be looking good because like a massive whale sold and it seems like we got like some sort of a bounce back here. That's going to be great. But it's very, very obvious that right now a lot of people are going to be selling it off, are bearish on XRP.
The 100-week SMA in 2022 was 67 cents. We eventually bottomed out, you know, around 31 cents per XRP. So we went approximately 50% below the 100-week SMA, which would put XRP just below $1 in this event if we did the same.
So yeah, this is absolutely terrible. So what we're seeing right now is like we're comparing the prices to what they used to be in the past. The only time it was worse was when we were in recession. So I don't think it's looking that great.
Thing, but I doubt it's going to repeat the exact same way. It's just we're now below the 50-week SMA, which is kind of the bear market indicator, and we have a lot of crazy negative catalysts, which can definitely push the markets lower based off of all of the historical examples that we've seen with conflicts like the Venezuela conflict, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, a prime example, and of course everything else that's going on here. So yeah, overall, I do think that there is a lot to look out for here, all of which I will be once again talking about every single day in my Discord, giving you guys my play-by-play.
So yeah, you guys understand that we are like, he's saying that we would be same moving average, but this is the weekly moving average here this is a much different time, as there was way less users here than it is now in 2025. So it makes me wonder, like, the volume will be much higher and the volatility is also going to be much higher. You can't use the past charts to gather you can gather data, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't mean like suddenly because it happened in the past in 2021 when there was much more retail that suddenly a lot of these people will be moving back there. Like, it doesn't make any sense at this point, and it keeps me kind of worried. So we also have, let me see this. Elon Musk's AI makes absurd price prediction. We saw so many. XRP never seen anything like this.
Coinbase just made a shocking announcement, which is sending ripples through the entire crypto market for the as well.
So Coinbase launches stock trading. I mean, it's pretty clear a lot of these crypto companies want to get another tap, like Robinhood. We saw what they did. They went into crypto, but now crypto companies are doing vice versa, and they're coming into stocks. Maybe there's not enough volume for them. You know, they want to expand further from just crypto coins, want to expand in stocks where there's way more volume. But it's pretty clear here that, you know, what they're doing right now is because people will use it.
Additionally, tokenized stocks integrate with DeFi, serving as collateral for lending, borrowing, and yield strategies, which multiplies on-chain interactions and further accrues value to the base. So many more talent.
Okay, so it seems like they're going what? Doing different things, infrastructure tokens. I don't really understand what this has to do with XRP. Tokenized stocks integrate. Well, tokenized stocks are something that's big for XRP, something that XRP is going to double down. But that's going to be 2027, the first time we even hear about it. So don't expect this to change the price. Like RWA, it's cool. We love it. It's lovely, but it's not gonna make the main thing. It's not gonna be the big factor in terms of price revenue. If the whales on 2bit, if the whales keep buying, like we can even look at the order book. What I really like about 2bit though, and I guess exchanges in general, you can actually see what people are buying. So you have the data available. Like you can see some guy bought 6K of XRP at 1.91. And then another guy sold 2.4K. Some guy bought 5K, sold 5K. It really makes a lot of sense because if you look at the liquidity books, you kind of have a big resistance level. Like right now on the, what it is, 1 day chart. What is this? This is like 10, 15 buy sell orders. It's a lot of 50-50. Like the community is undecided. You can see exactly what's happening. At 0.01 cent, there is 270 million, or no, actually that's 8 million size for a sum of 260 million. Okay, so a huge margin here and a huge margin there. Seems like they're fighting for it. Definitely makes me wonder what's gonna happen there. I'm probably, you know, I'm still like, there's not really that much of a momentum. Like we saw this breakdown like this on the small time frame, 1.94 to 1.91. We're exactly at the resistance here. So I'm expecting a pullback, in my personal opinion. I'm expecting actually not a pullback. I'm expecting it to go up shortly. So we could open a small trade here. 5%. Let's take a 15%, and if it goes below 3, we can stop loss it, and that's perfect. Now we open the trade on 2bit. You can join me as well if you want. So let me check here. Seems like we're down 1% already, but I do have a stop loss at exactly 3%.
It's gonna be insane, guys.
2%.
This is such a huge step forward. I cannot tell you guys.
I feel like this is really slow when this happens.
Products, I'll agree. We would
Gaining hundreds of trillions additional market capitalization. Like again, this is pretty niche right now. But this is what could spiral into another bull run rally. This is what keeps me excited.
to just play this clip real quick because this is going to have a huge impact on the amount of available liquidity in Americans' pockets, and of course the amount of money that's going to flow into XRP in the short term. And this,
So yeah, we got to close this trade because seems like, you know, even the whales, they are having too much pressure right now. They're adding too much pressure to XRP. Obviously, it went up immediately as I said that. Seems like a huge whale bot. That's why you need to stick to the plan. When you're sleep deprived, it doesn't work. But you kind of see here, the whales are trying to push back up, but I'm just seeing a more and more of same scenarios of like market pressure.
this is really
Like
going to
whale
help us. So
selling.
I'm just going to play this clip real quick, and then we'll get into what it means and another big piece of news too.
Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year. And next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time.
The largest tax refund season of all time. You know, tax refund seasons are really important because, of course, there's a massive influx, you know, billions and billions of dollars that gets back in the hands of consumers.
This is what we need. We need another retail rally, basically.
Things to really start reversing in a meaningful way where we can actually start touching new highs. But it might be a little bit later than that too, which is totally okay. I mean, I have an amazing runway here, you know, understanding what's happening between tax refunds, QE, and of course the tokenization of the stock market to accumulate XRP at the current prices they're at right now, below $2.
I mean, this would be good. This would be good. It doesn't seem like anything from my analysis that indicates that we are getting a bull run this year because there's like 9 days left anyway.
Per coin. To me, that is an amazing blessing, and that is the best Christmas gift that I could possibly ever have. So yeah, that's exactly what I am doing. And listen, in my Discord, which of course you guys can all join, link down below. Once again, join the Discord and subscribe to join the $20,000 bet that I mentioned earlier. I will be posting all of my trades in that Discord as 7%.
So yeah, U.S. inflation falls to 2.7%, lower expectations. So seems like all we're missing now is retail, and until retail comes, these whales can just sell it for profit. So that's what we have right now. Let's check another price prediction. I usually love price predictions. Do we have one for Terra Luna Classic? We have one, some bullish sign for XRP, Ripple, XRP prediction and news. I actually prefer, you know, to see some Ethereum as well. We could check that. Like, come on, let's check this.
Market rise. Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto.
So yeah, Clinics Crypto is something I've been watching, but I've been trying to learn properly to do proper analysis, not just watch video guys, because that's what I usually do when you're sleep deprived. You just watch videos, but you have to learn to take proper trades and smash that like button. That will really help me out. So Ripple XRP had some good news on analysis. I don't watch news that much as I do analysis now because it's actually a real skill. Once you understand the candles, the charts, that's when you can actually start learning how to ride the wave and make profit from it. Even in bear markets. Again, everything is risky in life. But that's what my plan is right now, to understand what's happening with XRP. Why is it going down? Is it because of some stupid news? And how can I win from this in the end, even if it goes down?
And that definitely is a possibility. But until that has happened, and at this point of time that has not happened.
On XRP daily, $1.8 was the range where back in April we pivoted. Then we created a high of 2.64 and in June at $2 range to 3.66 yearly high. So until XRP regains $2 range for uptrend or lose 180, in between just noise. I fully agree. I fully agree on this one. Actually, I do agree. So if we look here, exactly what it was, $2. This chart is actually very fresh. But yeah, the point is we're just trading sideways right now. And that's the issue. If you're trading sideways, it's a bit harder to take these trades, you know, like on the sideways chart. I'm kind of worried taking sideways because it could go like suddenly 1.8 to 1.9. These are going to be my ranges. But until then, I'll just probably wait it out. Seeing like 2-bit over here. we can check what happens. So 1.8 and $2 range is about over here. Yeah. We saw some, like, they tried to form some levels. That's 2.7. So let me go put the $2 here. And these are actually, yes, the levels we are having right now. So once we got to 1.78, which was basically the first support level, we got absolutely, pushed back. Every time we hit 1.87, 78 or whatever it is, I didn't check that. I think it was 1.87 here, pushed back, dropped to a new low of 1.78, pushed back. So seems like, but it actually needs to stay below 1.8 to crash.
We're also honestly not seeing a lot of indications that we will be able to do that. I mean, the markets in general are also very volatile. It's the holiday season for you. Today is also...
I think it's not the problem that it's holiday season. It's just like we're not getting the same hype, but also people aren't like mad enough to go into like a bear market. They're not afraid of the market because the market is good. When you look at the stock market data, the market is decent. It's like near all-time highs. But when you look at crypto, it works on its own, right? It will not follow like the other things. Like it just goes its own path.
To me, that there is some sort of short covering or there's some sort of spot buying coming in. Which one of the two it is, I don't really care much. It short term means the same. And fundamentally, it's always very interesting to look at this. Let's see if the ETF, the ETF for XRP still getting inflows.
I mean, the inflows are great. 30 million, it seems like a lot. But when you think about what Bitcoin got, 1 billion, 2 billion, that's when it really makes price. Because you got to understand, like people keep selling 30 million like it's peanuts. They keep selling it overnight. Like in 1 hour, you could get that many sales. So even if it has spot ETF inflows, what people do is they just go sell it on the exchange or OTC. Like OTCs can sell it. So don't be that surprised if this is a good indicator. I think it's like a nice indicator if it's super positive. But 30 million, like people were talking, XRP holders were talking about 100 to 100 million.
Which I think we're going to fill, at least partially. So that will also matter for XRP.
For the average person.
But XRP BTC at the moment, so the relative strength of XRP against Bitcoin, has entered a very strong support level historically. Okay, also with, on the 3-day time frame, the 200 EMA. So we pushed down a little bit further than I would have wanted, but ultimately this...
I mean, we did bounce back, which is fine, right? We did bounce back from that. So that's good.
Does mean that we can at least expect a little...
Yo, Harleys, welcome to the stream. Am I in a trade? I'm going to open it right now. We're looking at the right path to make an XRP trade, but it's currently just, the market is completely sideways. How are you doing today? Welcome. The market is completely sideways, so we're just going to trade between 1.99 and 1.84. Until then, yeah, I agree. It's just going to be noise. Like we saw a huge dip here from 1.99 to 1.87, dropped further down to 1.78. So who knows? I could open a trade. I think it could go up and then pushed back. I should have actually kept it open over here. So if we look on the 5-minute chart, yeah, the charts are going up. But on a 5-minute chart, I'm still not too sure what's going to happen.
Little bit of outperformance, which is, by the way, also what we have seen since the Asian session so far. So all of that together makes me say, okay, we're bearish. So I don't see enough reasons at the moment to buy XRP. You really need, I mean, whenever the structure is bearish, you need a lot of confirmation or...
I mean, the whales don't want to buy and the retail keeps buying because it's cheap. It's cheap for them at $2. So it makes you wonder, like, is it going to go up or down? And honestly, the correct answer to this is we don't know. This isn't a green enough flag ETFs buying to make it consider buying it like outright. This small candle, it's not enough for the big whales to take trades, so just retail is gonna buy, I guess. It's a scary, scary time. It really makes you wonder, where do we go from here? And personally, the trade I'm going to open right now is going to be a very, very small one. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to be opening a long. More off because I think this is going to still bounce back maybe to 1.93. And that's it. That's the only thing I need to know. So here we can see I have a position open now because I think 1.93 maybe-ish over here. We could push back to above these ranges, but it's going to be a nice start. So obviously very, like, already a bit profitable here. Let's check what else we have. We do have, I want to make some price predictions on Terra Luna Classic as well. Terra Luna Classic. So we have spot over here, Loon C, and we're going to keep this trade open as well to see what happens. So let us just check. LUNC, Terra, oh, it's 1,000 something. Let me check that up. Terra Luna Classic on 2-bit, if you guys want to use it. 2-bit. Is it even listed on here? Now that's scary. But obviously you can see it's just trading sideways. Huh. You can actually check my trade history, transaction history. That's what's perfect about it. You can see that these trades I did. And you can see there's a trading Luna Classic, 1,000 Luna CT. Perpetual, you can see what happened here because it has a similar pattern. You see, like XRP I have right now, it's gonna close out the trade because right now making trades is not so smart in my opinion. I still take trades to learn, but I'm 2% down. Now imagine if I had a $100,000 trade, I would be much, much more down. So if we take a look at Terra Luna Classic, it's been we got to look at the 4-hour charts, and it seems like it found some resistance level exactly as I predicted last time. I said if it does not find a resistance level, it's going to be a problem. And obviously, the only type, it's either a mini retail rally, that's what I call it, so like retail buying, or it could be like a full-on whale buying in hopes of Terra Luna Classic going higher. Because it doesn't think it will go lower, because it's actually at almost the lowest point it could have been. So it kind of makes me think what is next for Terra Luna Classic is it's also going to be trading sideways. So now it found it doesn't have enough volume to go up, but it also doesn't have enough volume to go down, right? And it could be trading sideways, could go a bit lower, a bit higher than that. This is the issue right now. I don't think it has, enough volume. People are making videos about it, talking about it. If it can 10x, I mean, it would be awesome if it can 10x. It used to be much higher. So smash that like button if you haven't already. But when will Luna Classic pump again? You have older videos, Terra Luna Classic. There is plans. There is plans for Terra Luna Classic, but the hype is way, way, way smaller than it used to be. It's way smaller.
XRP, Solana, what's very common for them because they are not meme coins. They need to have proven, demand. They have to have proven utility.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing that, Terra Luna Classic is doing right now. It's doing burns in terms of the utility it provides, but is that enough for people who just want to, buy maybe XRP or Ethereum for that price? That's why people figured out, oh, I can just buy an actual token with utility that people will use. And that is going to be way less risky. The one reason why people buy Terra Luna Classic is because it has way more upside. So yeah, I personally think that at this level, it has found a low after its low, after its low, after its low. And a small uptrend could be actually very smart here. That's why I'm going to open a long here for Terra Luna Classic.
Continues to dominate all these
On
other chains.
2bit,
So you got $69 billion worth of money. On Ethereum, Solana, you've got about 8.7 billion. Bitcoin's got some TVL action actually, 6.8 billion. And the other ones, 6 billion, 4 billion, 4 billion. So it's still a lot of money on these chains. And if we have a look at Terra Classic, this is the area where we really could grow. So you can see right here, you got Terra 2. It's got about $7 million TVL. But look at this, Terra Classic,
650,000, that's absolutely nothing yet, right? So it's like a promise of what could happen.
Especially going to 2026. 2026, we want to see big numbers. We want to see big numbers. We want to get back into the 6 digits for big.
This Terra Luna Classic has potential only if retail comes back. So that's the one time the Terra Luna Classic can win. If retail suddenly says, hey, let's go, let's, double down on this. Let's go back here. That would be the exciting part, right? So I'm going to open a stop loss here for Terra Luna Classic on 2bit. And I'm going to take 25. I'm going to say if it goes 25%, 20% up, but if it also goes, because it could go down. It could go way down. So this is going to be a very silly trade and something very stupid. Usually I don't take so much stop loss. But I honestly think it could get some downtrend at that point. And we're going to long it and see what happens, and take that profit. $2 USDT, so it's going to be a $15 trade, or actually 15x, so $30 trade. And we're going to wait what happens with Terra Luna, because I do think right now it's just not enough volume for traders to trade on it. It's a bit, it's one of my smaller trades, and it's much more volatile. Look, it's already 1.5% up, right? That's why people love to trade it. Here, it really makes you wonder. So they want to take profit. I'm just going to wait for it here.
We got Michael Saylor, buying more Bitcoin. And there's going to be some very interesting stuff. Probably one of the most interesting, things to watch out for is just the rise in unemployment. This is rising. AI is rising, and this is being a real disruptor to...
I'm doing my trades on 2bit, which means I'm up now 2%. So yeah, up there. That's where I do it. I'm opening small trades, and I'm basically doing a challenge from $50. I'm up $11 now, so I'm 61. But if we're gonna try to make it up to 1,000, or nah, that's too crazy. Even if we double it, that would be insane, because if you double it, it basically means you have a 100% win rate, right? So, small gains like this, like 2.66. When you think about it, like percentage-wise, that's already amazing. But the issue with this is this could be crashed out immediately. I said that that's the bottom for me. On the daily, on the majors there are really few alts that are above 50 EMA on daily, like Monero, Bitcoin, and Zcash. Yeah, I feel like that's because there's no retail. So because there's no retail, like it's only a few of them that will really do good. I want to check this one. I want to do a price prediction for Jasmy right now. So yeah, it does seem like the bear market is still on. This is this is another one that I want to do a price prediction for. Like people are calling $17. Like $17. This means people would be multi-millionaires. The math does not add up. See, Jasmy volume surge to $17 confirmed in 60 days. Impossible. I just don't see a point. I would bet my life that we will never get to these prices. And yeah, it's been an absolute horrendous time for for crypto in general, like for a lot of these coins. A lot of nice projects, like a lot of great projects out there that have developers have put effort. They don't get attention because it's a bear market. And if you see my trade over here, I'm up 6%. I'm up 6% because I feel, and the only reason, like my main strategy for this is why I'm like, you know, doing this trade is because I think these cryptos are so low that the whales will not dump it for less. So where do they go? They go up. And this is exactly like the only strategy we have right now. We don't have a super strong strategy, but it works because the markets have been disastrous at this point. Even like XRP is now. Trade is because so yeah.
Small amount of money, and from where we are currently could be a 100x. Where we were at 1 cent could be a 100x. Where we are now could be a 200x, right? We could see higher and higher figures from what we decided to invest into this play.
And this is absolutely horrible that we saw Jasmy at 5 cents, 2 cents, drop to 1 cent. This is now half a penny. I'm seeing like the same as Shiba Inu. I think this one was the few projects that worked with Japan. But again, when the markets are low, this is when the whales will not sell it anymore. I feel like at some point you catch the falling knife and you win.
To grow it to exponential levels, right? Ridiculous levels. And I think that's what excites people the most. And while that isn't necessarily untrue, right? While there are opportunities to do that, it's not always a given to say that 100% this is the case. So getting to $17, is it a dream or is it reality? So we're going to talk about that in this video. If you guys could, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe.
$17, that's absolutely crazy, you know? Like $17, if people did that, it's like 1 cent right now. This is the same thing I'm hearing for years right now. Like, if XRP hits $100, I will be a millionaire. It's just statistically not possible. It means it would need to be replaced by the dollar. And this is what we speak on this channel. We speak like about the truth. We speak what really happens and what really matters.
And roughly, it would have to double in price, right? Now, from that 1 cent price, it would be a 100x up to a dollar price point. So then you would have to see 17 times that as well, which means that you're looking at a crazy growth for anybody that's invested into it now.
The good thing about this, though, the good thing about these trades is you can take like a trade, and when you're up 20%, usually if you're up 20%, 30%, you take profit, right? You take your initial profit out, but at least you build some resistance. So like if you're going to go in those lower ranges, the whales have to dump on you.
The possibility is still for that to happen. However, I wouldn't bank on it as an investor to say that this is 100%. I'm looking at $100,000 that I put into Jasmy coin.
If you look at the volume for Jasmy coin, you see very little volume. $7, $6 on 2-bit. Considering Jasmy, $5 sounding colors from current price point will be a dreamer world. So that's the thing. You have Jasmy at $5. The issue is you have like a ton of people who have bought it at $5 or let's say $4 or $3. And they're suddenly going like saying, okay, I'm going to sell it at $6. I'm going to sell it at $3. I'm going to sell it at a loss because I bought it for $5, at least to give me $3 back. You're going to first have the people who want to sell it, you know, at those price ranges. And the second of all, you're going to have people who want to sell it for $5, $4. So it just doesn't make sense. I feel like it catches attention, especially when you have like this type of volume on an exchange like 2-bit. Again, $500 buy, then you have like $7 buy. You can check the order books here. It just doesn't make any sense at all. But I feel like the prices right now are so low. Like when you check something like that, personally, I think it's a long for me. Like it's a small long. We can open a small trade. We can go a bit risky, even 3% risk, because 3% doesn't make a good habit, but 2% is absolutely perfect just in case it gets like stopped out or something. and then you can open a trade, right? And that's it, because the prices right now are so low. You can see the whales are trying to push it above. But to get to like $17, we're still a long path.
I'm looking to hold it until it gets to $17 price point. That's not what I suggest. I would never suggest that, right? What I always
Yeah. So do people realize the amount of liquidity needed even to bring Jasmy to 50 cents? Spot, buy, and stake it and leave it. Exactly. Like, we're seeing right now that people need to realize the trades. That's what I'm trying to teach on this basically streams on the channel is you gotta realize the math behind it. If XRP is gonna be $100, it means it will replace the dollar, like itself. It will replace the people will never use XRP instead of the United States dollar. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
suggest is that you find lower price points that are more of a reality to you right now and to many other people right now, and then also have some for the future of what could be potentially that $17 price point. There's a lot of things that have to go into this, because at a $50 billion level, that is a $1 price point. At a
$50 billion, wouldn't that be more than XRP? Let's check what XRP market cap is. XRP market cap right now is 116 billion. So it would need to be like half of XRP, which has like companies, it has like lots of investments. Seems like they're hitting a new low and a lot of these altcoins are dropping. If we look at the 4-hour chart, just the time frame downwards, it's not showing the full graph, but you get the general idea. Yes, we could go lower, but I'm expecting some sort of a mini rally in January. And you know, most people should just get spot at this point if it used to be 1 cent. But obviously what I'm seeing right now is a price drop. I used to be up 3%. Now suddenly like people are even selling it at this level, like as half a cent. So people will sell it as long as there's liquidity.
$100 billion level, that is a $2 price point, right? So for you to get to a $1 trillion price point, you know, you're looking at ridiculous levels, right? You're looking at not only the, you know, tens of billions, but you're looking at hundreds of billions, borderline, you know, trillions to get to some of those higher levels that we really expected to get to, right? Again, a $2 price point would be $100 billion market cap. Can you see this now at a $1 trillion market cap to get us to a $20 price point? I can't say no that it won't happen, because you never know how.
It's the issue with this bull run is only a select few will actually go up. You can see I went up from 6%, like, which means people are still selling it at a loss. People have to sell it at a loss, or they're just day trading at this point. Like, they're taking profit at the lowest of the low.
That makes sense. So in my opinion, right, if I had to bring everything full circle and say, where do I stand on this being reality versus a dream? I think it could be both, but if I was leaning more towards one, I would say it's definitely more towards a dream. Because
it's definitely a dream. $17 is just a dream right now. You gotta break 1 cent first. It used to be $5 at its maximum. We are still so far off at even reaching a penny. So we need to do a 100%. $1 plus, I mean, like after a few years, maybe in 2031 with lots of burns, lots of utility, lots of demand, that would be amazing, but we're still so far off. Something is wrong with the markets right now. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board and check what's up. Gonna get some rest, guys. Smash that like button. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to close these trades on 2bit here. I'm going to close this one at a loss because I actually could keep it open until it closes out. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. And you close this one. It used to be 6% up, but I gotta check a bit better on my strategy here. Personally, I think there's could be a bounce back here. We could wait a bit more or be just stop loss, so it doesn't matter that much. But the order book is so small, it doesn't matter. So Jasmy used to be like a great thing. It just doesn't have enough hype. So just get back to 6 cents and 0.6 and I will be happy. Like a lot of people want it back at 6 cents. That's a 10x. It will never happen. It's a pretty clear idea right now that very, very, very weird crypto markets. I'm closing this with I'm not too sure if I close it with a loss. I'm closing this trade with a 2% loss. Yippee. Yippee to me. So I'm going to get some rest and I'm going to make proper analysis, proper content for you guys and see where we go from here. Very, very short stream today.